So if you were to have protruding eyes, or otherwise known as bug eyes, and suddenly you woke up with deep set eyes, but if it is noticeable, it really will be actually a game changer. This is one of those components of health that is so scars are an aspect that can increase your, if you were to have this and then not have it, how much of a difference will it make on your physical attraction? So it can conceal acne scars, it'll make your teeth look whiter, it will make your eye sclera look whiter as well. If you have light colored irises, it's also going to make them brighter, vibrant, and alright, welcome back to another tier list video. So today we're going to be continuing on with what we'd previously done. So let's just go straight into it. Alright, so scalp condition. Scalp condition is one of those things that if you have good scalp condition, then nothing's really going to happen. It's not going to boost your appeal or anything. Obviously, this fits in within the health pillar, but it is one of those components that if you do have bad scalp condition, we're talking dandruff, dermatitis, eczema, any clear signs of inflammation or disorder is going to seriously reduce your appeal through the health pillar. So I want to put it in, not very important, because obviously if your scalp condition is just standard, normal, nothing's going to change in terms of your physical attraction. But if it is noticeable, it really will be actually a game changer. This is one of those components of health that is so important. Probably one of the most important. Luckily, it's quite uncommon to have issues or noticeable issues with the scalp, but they are still present. And if you do have a disorder with the scalp, any noticeable issues, you should make it a priority to fix this. Okay, so the next component that we're looking at is the mandible bone length and contour. So this is really important. I would say it's probably a game changer, to be honest. Yeah, so having a long mandible bone and clear contour or outline rather is so important, and it's such an important component of dimorphism for an attractive and mature and well-developed face. If you were to go from having this to it being completely removed, so the mandible bone gets shortened significantly and the outline that you once had from your mandible bone to your neck is removed or significantly reduced, this is going to knock down your appeal significantly. Okay, so the next component is eye depth. So eye depth is really important as well. So we've got a lot of important ones back to back today. And this is obviously, if you have deep set eyes, you're going to look more masculine. This is linking in with dimorphism. Having deep set eyes is very important for a highly sexually mature face for a man. So if you were to have protruding eyes, or otherwise known as bug eyes, and suddenly you woke up with deep set eyes, yeah, this would be a game changer for sure. Okay, so the next component is scars, and this is not acne scarring. These are scars that are linear and small, and this is in the miscellaneous section of the course in the bonus module. And scars are an aspect that can increase your appeal, but they have to be small and they have to be linear. If they look at all like they're health related, such as keloid scars or any other scarring related to a health issue, disorder, or anything out of the ordinary, then it's going to reduce your appeal quite significantly, especially if it's on or around the face. But small linear scars that look like they've come from anything other than health related issues will increase your appeal, but very slightly. You would notice them, but they're not very important. It's not going to significantly increase your appeal, but it might increase your character and for sure your appeal and physical attraction to a smaller demographic or a niche population, so you could consider scars niche appeal. Okay, so the next component is the upper lip tubicle, and this is on the upper lip, and it's the slight bulge-like appearance on the upper lip that dips downwards. And having an upper lip tubicle that's noticeable and dips downwards is slightly unappealing by definition. If you were to have this and then not have it, how much of a difference will it make on your physical attraction and appeal? I would say it's kind of important. If you have a noticeable upper lip tubicle and it's no longer there, maybe you go down the route of getting a filler either side of the tubicle, which is an option. Yeah, I think you would notice it. The mouth is such an important area of the face for obvious reasons, so I would say it's kind of important. It's definitely not enough to be in the important caliber. Alright, so the next component is teeth straightness. This is important. Whether it's a game changer, well, if you went from incredibly straight teeth to teeth that are sort of pointing all over the place, how much of an effect would this have on your physical attraction? This is definitely a game changer for sure. We're talking about the extremes here, not slight lack of straightness. That wouldn't be as noticeable. It's not obviously ideal, but we're talking about the extremes here. If you go from perfect straightness to the polar opposite, then yeah, this would definitely be a game changer. So the next component is a tan. Really, really important. There's a lot of mixed opinions on whether tan is attractive. There's definitely people that find pale skin more attractive than tan skin. I'm not trying to downplay preference here, but in general, when it comes to the general shift between pale, cold, unhealthy skin tone, and then to a warmer, gold, healthy skin tone, how important is tan? Well, if you were to go from the extremes, from one side to the other, I would say that a natural looking tan, both the carotenoid and the melanin tan, both being optimized for your phenotype, tan is a game changer for sure. It just gives you such a healthy appearance, and it will conceal and fix a lot of other issues as well. For example, if you have dark eye circles, a tan will reduce the perception of your dark eye circles without even having to do anything to your dark eye circles. The same goes for any skin clarity issues such as acne, eczema, dermatitis, and it will also conceal acne scars. It will make your teeth look whiter. It will make your eye sclera look whiter as well. If you have light colored irises, it's also going to make them brighter, vibrant, and lighter as well. And I'm sure I've missed some other things as well, but it's a really, really influential component to take advantage of. I'll probably make a video in the future about tan and maybe go a little bit deeper into the topic based on the preferences across the world and which regions prefer paler looking skin. I've definitely met people who prefer pale skin in regions that would generally prefer tan skin. A lot of it does come down to preference, but when we're talking about the health pillar here and what it really does to help reduce the severity of so many negative health related components, it's definitely going to have an overall positive shift on your appearance. Okay, so the next component is the upper lip, and I'm sure by this I mean the relation between the upper lip and the lower lip, more specifically the volume and the size of the upper lip in comparison to the lower lip. So if you have well-proportioned lips, so upper to lower, there's no issues. This is obviously important. Everything on this list is important in some way. So if you go from an upper lip that has good proportion, good volume, to an upper lip that's noticeably thin, this is obviously going to take a hit on your facial harmony and your dimorphism as well, and also slightly on your perceived health. So when we look at the upper lip and we consider the anthropometry and the relation between the other features, it has a strong link with the philtrum length. And the length of the philtrum is a slightly overlooked feature for the male face. I personally believe that it's one of the most important features, definitely the top 10, if not the top 5 most important features of a physically attractive male face. And since it's so closely linked with the length of the philtrum, I would say it's a game changer for sure, because shifts in volume and size of the upper lip are going to have such a significant impact on the other measurements, more specifically your philtrum measurement in comparison to the midface, as well as your chin to philtrum relation as well. It's such an impactful component. Okay, so the next component is clavicle prominence. Okay, so this is not obviously on the face, but it's within the bonus module of the course, within the community. And clavicle prominence is important. If you have it, it's going to add to your physical attraction by increasing your sexual maturity. It's very closely linked with mature and well-developed individuals, and it's closely linked to a highly dimorphic physique and appearance. And it's usually very closely linked with optimal body composition. We're talking body fat, water retention, and muscular development. So if you were to go from no clavicle prominence to noticeable clavicle prominence, I would say it's in the kinda important tier.